Hello, everybody. It's another episode of Girl Dream Again, the podcast. Welcome back. Tonight, we are here to share in our purpose and pain and truth revealed conversation. And I have my friend and my brother with me. I want you to help me welcome to the Girl Dream Again show and podcast my brother, the Honorable Mr. Leroy Woods. Hey, brother.
How you doing?
How are you tonight?
I'm doing wonderful.
You're doing good?
I'm doing good.
Good. You ready?
I'm ready.
So, Leroy Woods is an aspiring motivational speaker, and I only say aspiring because he is still, as we both are, transcending, getting to a place that we know that God has and desires for us to be. And so tonight, he has stopped by the Girl Dream Again podcast. There's so many amazing things I can say about Leroy. I've had the privilege to know him for the past 20 years.
Probably longer.
Probably longer.
I've been knowing your family a lot longer than I've been knowing you.
That is true.
Right.
That is true. We were reared on the same side of town. Shout out to the south side of town.
Yes.
Your Buckshot son.
Yes, Buckshot is my daddy. Leroy the senior. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know, it was a really funny story when we started working together some 20 years ago.
Right.
We then found out that we were from the same side of town and we knew all of the same people.
Right.
And that was a connection.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And just having the opportunity to work with you for a few years, getting to know you. I've always said this, and I'll say it to you. You've always been one of the most honorable guys I've known.
I appreciate that.
You've always been a man of integrity. You know, there were things you just weren't going to do. There were things you just were not going to say. There were things that you just were not going to partake in. And just seeing someone who just, seemingly to have been the average guy day to day, your light has just always been a little bit different. I can honestly tell you that. And so it's always been an honor just to know Leroy Woods. Well, for the sake of our Girl Dream Again audience, maybe for those that have not yet heard the name and what it is that Mr. Leroy Woods does, won't you give us a small glimpse of Leroy Woods and your platform and what it is that you do?
Well, I wear a few different hats.
Okay.
I'm a husband.
Okay.
I'm a father.
First, yes.
Somebody who trusts, most importantly in the Lord. I'm also an entrepreneur. I've been owning a tree business for 11 years now. Kind of navigated in and out of the business, because my father, he owns a tree company as well. And so ever since I was a kid learning how to work, I was out there with him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Then life happened and I saw myself working in environments where I'm like, man, I just can't do this anymore. So I'm an outdoorsy kind of guy. So transition to what I currently do, and now transitioning out of that into the speaking industry. So
it's safe to say life can be full of transitions.
Yeah, it's a lot of pivoting going on.
Yeah,
it's a lot of pivoting going on. And I think that's with life in and of itself, just in general. You have to pivot.
You have to pivot.
You have to get comfortable with it. You know what I mean? Because
do you see pivoting the same as change?
Yeah, because when you pivot, you change direction.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When you pivot, you change direction.
Okay.
You were facing one way and then you
turn and you do something different.
Right.
That's absolutely right.
Yes.
And so let's talk about where you are now currently. And we'll get there. Let's talk about pre-Leroy. Let's talk about boyhood, childhood. Let's talk about rearing. Let's talk about how you were molded, shaped. Let's talk about that and to how we get to where we are today.
Okay. Yeah, was raised in Jacksonville, Florida, on the south side of town. Most people know it as the Emerson area, but Emerson Arms, St. Augustine Road. Came up in experienced a lot of trauma. Experienced a lot of trauma,
Understand.
as do most people in that particular demographic does.
Yes.
You know, saw a lot of things that I shouldn't have seen, did a lot of things that I shouldn't have done.
Yes.
But for the most part, came from a solid home foundation. Mother, you know what I mean? She was strong in her faith, believing in God, kept us, you know, under the covering of God. Father, on the opposite end of the spectrum, you know what I mean? You know, he was the guy everybody knew, the guy everybody, you know, wanted to rub shoulders with. And so from that perspective, you know, naturally the boy in me loved mama.
Yes.
But the renegade in me loved daddy. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I gravitated towards what it is that I saw my father do.
Yes.
And so what mama was doing wasn't fun.
Yeah.
Mama was working. You know what I mean? Mama was working. But daddy was having fun. You know, and daddy was just a hustle. You know what I mean? And so naturally I just kind of wanted to get my feet wet, so to speak. And I eventually did. I started, you know, very young. Lost my mom at age 14. She passed away of cancer.
Wow.
My 8th grade year. And after that, it was I would say things started to spiral, you know, out of control.
I understand.
My father and I, it was like she was the barrier between my dad and I. You know, she kind of held the two titans back.
Yes.
When she passed, clash of the titans. We bumped heads quite often.
Did you live with your dad after your mother passed?
I lived with my father for only a year. And then after my mom passed, a year after that, I moved with my grandmother.
Okay.
She took the reins, and it was all orchestrated by God. It was orchestrated by God, because there's no telling where I would have been.
Absolutely.
Because for one, they were married, you know, even though, you know, and he did the best he could, so there's no knock on him. You know, my father would always say that his father never put a bean in a pot. So for him to provide, that was better than what his father did.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And so he felt like he was doing what a man was supposed to do. And so again, no knock to him.
That's absolutely right.
It's more than just that. Yes. You know what I mean? And when it comes to fatherhood. And so fast forward, moved with my grandmother. Again, that was all God orchestrated. And that's when I came into this knowledge of who God was.
Yes. Under the tutelage of your grandmother.
Actually, under the tutelage of my grandmother. However, it wasn't through my grandmother.
Okay.
You know, it was over the years, as I look back, and, you know, in hindsight, God was reeling me in slowly. But I couldn't see it. You know, as a 15, 16-year-old boy, that's the last thing you're paying attention to. You know what I mean? But as I look back now, it was him reeling me in slowly. People would say certain things, and so, you know, went on to I lived with my grandmother until she actually passed away. Okay. And, you know, I was kind of transition, you know, this faith thing, and then it was a minor setback. Yes, it was a minor setback. I walked away from my faith for 10 years, and, you know, the love of God reeled me back in. Yes, and so from that little boy to what you see now. That's where, you know, the journey.
That's really where the journey started.
It really began.
Yeah. So let's talk about your platform.
Okay.
Because you are a resilience and commitment expert.
Yes.
And so talk a little bit about that and what it means from your perspective to be resilient and commitment to a thing. Because much of your platform is purpose driven, and it is what you dare to teach people how to find purpose, how to dream big through resilience and commitment, right? So talk a little bit about that.
Well, you know, I think if we're going to be honest, we all have been resilient at some point. Yes. all of us. Now my resilience looks a little different from yours.
Yes, that's
but
right.
At some point in life, we have all had to be resilient, and the difference is we all don't tell our story the same. Some tell it on the stage. Some tell it one-on-one. Some tell it just by living life, never really saying anything to people, but people know what they've been through, and that in and of itself speaks. You know what I mean? So we all speak in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
I just open my mouth.
I got
you know what I mean? I just open my mouth because I realize it's my story that will help people get from where they are to where God really desires for them to be.
So when we talk about your story, Leroy, another one of your platforms that you push is Pain to Purpose.
Right.
And clearly that is self-defined. There was at some point some pain that you had to push through, be resilient, and commit to get to purpose.
Right.
Thinking about pain, if I may ask, thinking about pain, what would you say was a defining moment of things that maybe you have had to suffer, things that you've had to be resilient through, something that came to knock you down, knock you off track, that you had to say, you know what, this is it. So you think about a defining moment in that pain. What would you say that was, and how'd you get through it?
Well, shucks, we can go as far back as when I was, when I lost my mother. That was the first time that I think that I could really identify with pain.
Wow.
You know what I mean? As a 14-year-old kid, losing my mother, because when you're that young, that's who you depend on. We look up to daddy because daddy's, the boys. We look up to daddy because, daddy's just that guy.
That's right.
But when it comes to, we rely on mom.
Yes.
We rely solely on mama. And so when losing my grandmother, losing my mom at age 14, a year after losing my mother, I came home to an empty house, having no idea my father made plans moving out and moving in with his girlfriend.
At the age of 14?
At the age of 14. I was 14, almost 15 years old.
And you come home one day at almost 15.
I would say it was about a year, close to a year after losing my mother. I came home to an empty house. So now it's the feeling of abandonment, rejection.
Yes.
And again, no knock on my father.
Yes.
He was trying to navigate himself, how to navigate life without the person he depended on. I'm trying to navigate life, from my perspective, from the person that I depended on. And so him losing a wife, me losing a mother, and she was all we had. Yes. You know what I mean? She was the backbone, and so that, and, again, shucks,
So what does... And so I assume, as we talked about earlier, this is when your grandmother steps in. And so you go to live with your grandmother.
Live with grandmother.
Yeah. And so mentally, though, in that moment, and I'm only harping here for a second because clearly there's somebody in a very defining moment of their life, right? And so when we talk about resilience, what would you say that moment sparked in you that said, what did it wake up, if you can remember that far back?
Well, to be honest with you, at age 16, I desired to know Christ. And that woke something up.
I like it.
That's really what that defining moment was. That woke something up to say, there is better for me. Yes. I don't have to be like everything that I've seen, that I've experienced, because at age 16, I watched a good friend of mine, a childhood friend of mine, get shot. He got shot in the back of the head. I was there. I was standing next to him when it happened. Wow. And so experiencing that, and it's like, so it's trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma, and it's like, but I know that there's a purpose. I'm here for a purpose. Why was it him and not
That's
me?
right.
Why did
Yes.
this happen to them and not me?
Yes.
So it was obvious that there was some sort of plan for my life. I just had to find out what it is. And now, who better else to connect with than the one who created me to find
Absolutely.
out? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I own a truck. I own a Ford. I will not take my Ford to Cadillac. They can't tell me anything
That's
but
right.
other than it's a truck
They are
and it's
not the
made for a haul.
manufacturer. That's
They're not
right.
So when I connected with the creator, the one who made me,
Yes.
that's when the light bulb clicked. It's like, okay, I'm not just supposed to be a statistic.
Yes.
You know, I don't have to live in poverty. I don't have to be like everything because I realize this. You're not a product of your environment. You're a product of your choices.
Yes. Yes.
You're a product of your choices. So I have a cousin.
Now,
Go ahead.
Can
Go
we
ahead.
pause there
You
for a
can pause.
second?
You can
Okay.
pause. Go ahead.
Because I want to talk about that for a second, because that's good. We're not a product of our environment. We're a product of our choices. Because a lot of your platform speaks to young men, right? Elementary, middle, preteen,
High school, because they identify with a story that of my magnitude.
Yes.
Is normally high schoolers.
Okay.
And on through college.
Okay. So we talk about choices and our environment. Okay. When we talk about our environment, it's all I've ever seen. It's all I know. I've never had a different role model. Everybody around me, this is the way it is. Maybe it's not right. But it's just the way it is, and it's how I've been conditioned.
Correct.
It's what I bleed. It's what the butter is in my life. So when you start to talk about there are choices that you can make rather than become a product of your environment, what is your delivery in that moment? Because clearly there's somebody that's looking, and it's all I know. I didn't say it's right, but it is all I know.
Right.
How do we leap from what's familiar to what we don't know when we talk about choices?
Okay, that's a very good question. Well, if that's all you know, number one, I think it's in us. There's something in us that says, because I said
that's good,
that it got to be something
that's
more
good.
life than this. It has to be.
There's an inner will.
Like there's something inside of you that says it has to be something more to life than this.
Yeah.
I've said that as an adult.
Yes, sir.
I said that as an adult. And so as a kid, I've said, I made that same statement. Like, this can't be
That's
it.
right.
And so now we have a decision.
Yeah.
Because see, we see it. We just don't have access or the ability to touch it. Because if we watch television, we see it. We now we're in the social media age, so we see it. You know what I mean? And so we know that there's more out there.
Yeah.
Now you have to make a decision to pursue. You have to give yourself permission to dream.
Give yourself permission to dream. What does that look like?
Because when you think about dreaming, it's just allowing your mind to go
beyond where you
are. That's all it is. Allowing your mind to go beyond where you are. And you have to say that it's okay to do that.
Yeah.
You have to really basically talk to yourself to say that it's okay to dream. Now that dream can become a vision. Because, of course, we know those are two different things.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Now the vision, okay, now something tangible. The dream,
That's
it can be just a cloud of dust and it can go away.
Yes.
It's something tangible. Okay, there is something that I can do that can, help this thing that I've been dreaming about come to pass.
Yeah.
Because that's how it happened with me. Before I got into what it is that I'm doing, it was all dreams back in 2015, 2016. And I only told one person about it. I was having dreams that I was in front of a large stage talking to a lot of people.
Wow.
I couldn't understand it. And I said this out loud, as if you and I, as if God was sitting there. I said, God, if you calling me Bill Pastor, I don't want to do that.
Is that what you told him?
Yep. Yeah. If you calling me Bill Pastor, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Because I know dealing with people, people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you got to deal with people.
And so at the moment when the dream started to happening, you knew that you clearly knew that God was orchestrating something.
I didn't know at the time because I suppressed it.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah.
You talking about 2015, 2016, and I'm now starting to step into what it is that God had put in those dreams, who he would use people to speak to me and say, man, my wife, before we got married back in 2014, she said, you ever thought about me as a motivational speaker? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
For one, I don't like talking to people. Not in one-on-one, we're fine.
Yeah.
A group of people.
Yeah.
No. That wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
I would rather take a C, and I know I have an A paper if I didn't have to get up in front of the class to present.
Oh man.
But what's crazy, I think you and I off camera one time before talked about connecting the dots. If you ever want to, get some clarity on what your assignment may be,
connect the dots.
Start connecting the dots.
Was one of the dots your wife planting the seed? Like when she said that, had you heard that before? Had anybody ever said that to you before?
When I was in high school, I was nominated for 2 senior superlatives.
Okay.
One was best dressed, and one was most talkative.
Okay.
So the seed was planted way back then.
Right.
We had this thing called the Trojan Tribune. And in that Trojan Tribune, someone put Leroy Woods next to TD Jakes.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. These people crazy. People crazy. Next, no.
Right.
So, and then, I would always get called to exhort at church. I'm like, and they send the nicest people to talk to you. The people you're so hard to tell no.
Yes.
Why these people keep calling on me? I don't want to.
But even at that moment,
right, I still couldn't see
wasn't
it
clear
because that's not what I wanted to do.
Yes.
That's not what I wanted
I'm waiting
to
to hear. That's right.
You know what I mean? I didn't want to do that. The arrows were pointing this way.
Yeah.
Jonah. I want you to go here.
Yes.
But no, I'd rather go to Tarshish.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
So I tell you what, I'm going to sit you down for a little while. In this belly of this fish. And I'll let you think about it.
Yeah. Well.
And I think you and I spoke before about delayed purpose.
Yes.
Who I am is who God had always wanted me to be.
Yeah.
Yes. This is not surprising to him.
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right.
But because of my choices, my disobedience.
Yes, sir.
I had to get to that place where, you know what? Okay, God, let me look into this. But another great thing, that's why it's good to have the right people around you.
Yeah, I was absolutely, and I'm glad you got there because that was my next thing. Some of our previous podcasts, one of the topics that we talked about that I remember like it was yesterday was why your support system matters. When you start to talk about dreaming
Most
again,
definitely.
Finding purpose.
Most
The
definitely.
people that you connect with will make or break or delay you for years.
Your network is your net
years.
worth.
Your network is your network.
Your network is your net worth.
Yes.
Who you surround yourself with matters.
It matters.
It matters.
That's absolutely right.
Because
My mama used to say, and she still does say it, association brings on simulation.
most definitely.
You are the sum of who you are around most of the time.
You cannot. As a man think, so is he.
Yes.
but it's people in your life that can help you see.
Absolutely.
Because we all have blind spots.
Yes, that's right.
So there are things that you don't see that other people can see.
The person that's connected to you will.
See. Mm-hmm. And so that person can either build you up,
yes,
or they can tear you down.
That's exactly right.
They can either plant the seed, they can water the seed, or you got some people that's in your life, they can dig that seed up, and it never becomes what it was intended.
That's
to be.
exactly right. So, yes, sir.
So when you talk about your environment, everything can't grow in the environment.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Take a banana tree and put it up there in Detroit.
That's right.
See what it does.
It will not spring forth anything.
See what it does.
Yeah. The soil isn't conditioned for a banana tree. That's right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So where you plant yourself matters.
Yeah.
And people underestimate that, because I think a lot of times we get so wrapped up in the friendships that we've created.
Yes.
And you have to understand, you can't carry everybody. Everybody, it's not enough room.
How do I connect to the right sources?
Well, honestly, you got to get connected to the source. The source will connect you to the resources.
Okay.
See, I started going to this ministry. My college football teammate reconnected. I went to an event with him in Atlanta. He and I saw these people on stage driving back from Atlanta. Now, mind you, I went there to get information on how to start a trucking business.
Yeah.
I lost the information that I got. So on the way back, he said, "Man, I can see you doing that up on stage, talking."
Another seed that was
Another
planted.
seed. Now, right before I went there, somebody said, "Leroy, you need to share your testimony. Your testimony is powerful. Somebody needs to hear your story." That's another friend of mine. Okay. Now back to my college teammate. So, of course, I kind of brushed it under the rug.
Yeah.
Then he sent me a flyer about a speakers conference. I think you ought to go to this. Just get in the room.
Yeah.
That's what he told me. Just get in the room. See if it's something that... I decided to take my wife. And first day of the conference, my wife looked at me and said, "This is your calling.
Wow.
This is what you should be doing."
Wow.
So being connected to the right people.
Yeah.
See, I was connected to the source, which is Christ. He put other resources in my life to draw from.
Yeah.
To pour into.
Yes.
Me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Had I not been connected to that person or those people, who knows where I was.
That's exactly right. That's exactly. And so you're saying that while there can be something on the inward, that God will use resources and people around you to validate what He's put there.
Most definitely.
And so it'll become more clear.
Most definitely.
Right. And
Most
then,
definitely.
like you said earlier when we started talking about connecting the dots, because some things will become inevitable. Right. If you are really cognizant to the voice of God, if you are really cognizant, to your life and the direction in which it is that you want to go, I think most people after a while will say, maybe so. Maybe it's not what I want to do. I hadn't really thought about it that way, but I don't know. Right. And so and specifically, I'm sure when your wife said to you, "This is what you got to do." Yeah. That's your voice of wisdom in the earth, right?
Right. Funny thing, because initially I wasn't going to take my wife, but we just made a big investment into our current business. And had I not taken her and told her what this investment that I wanted to make, then there's no way she would approve.
Yeah, I get it.
She wouldn't have approved.
She had to have seen it for herself.
She had to see it for herself. And that's how she is. She has to see it with her own eyes. I'm the guy that steps out on faith. I'm the water guy. I need hard land. That's how she is. I need some land. I need some gravel. I need to put my feet on something. You know what I mean? That's how she is. No, not true, because she's my she balances things out.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
She balances things out. You know, I push her out there in the deep, and sometimes when I'm too far, she reels me back in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's okay. Let's
That's
take
right. Let's go step by step.
Right.
That's absolutely
So,
right.
yeah,
Let's focus there.
Yeah.
So, okay, now we figured it out. We pieced the puzzles together. And so, okay, God, this is what it is, right? We'll get on the train and we'll ride it. And so you are where now?
I am now I'm still a business owner doing my current business, but now I'm in a transitioning phase. I'm looking to see what God has in store next.
Wow.
Because the events and things that I have done, people reached out to me. I didn't reach out to them. So I know he's consistently validating this is what I'm calling you to do.
Yes.
Now, there's a part that I play. Can you be committed enough long enough to see it come to pass?
That's good.
See, I come to understand that most people don't stop because they don't have a desire. They stop because they never were committed. See, because commitment just...
So it's almost like I don't plan to fail. I just never plan not to fail.
I just, success is intentional.
Yes.
You don't mistakenly become successful.
Yes.
You're intentional about success.
Yes. And when we talk about intentional, let's talk about some of the sacrifices you've had to make, some of your daily routines. You know, what are some things, even when, you know, what does commitment look like to you where you are now? What does resilience look like to you where you are now? Especially when you start to say things like, I'm transitioning from my now to full time here, right? That comes with another level of discipline.
Right.
And so when you start to talk about transitioning and when we start to talk about discipline, what does that look like for you to get to your next?
Yeah. Well, commitment just, you know, a lot of times, you know, I try to ask, and let's define these things, because if you can ask 100 different people, get 100 different answers.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So commitment just means, you know, just simply being dedicated to a call.
Yes.
Being dedicated. You know what I mean? And so, what's my why? Why am I doing what it is that I'm doing?
The whys are important.
Why is it important?
Yeah.
Because when you have a strong why, you'll reconsider stopping.
Oh, that's good.
The reason why the farmer can expect a harvest is because he put something in the ground.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people expect things that they ain't never put nothing in.
Yeah.
When you see, don't nobody understand that the night before last, I was up till 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Working on my craft.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had to get up 4:30 in the morning.
When the farmer puts the seed in the ground, every now and then he still has to till.
Yeah.
Every now and then he still has to water.
That's what the tilling is, the preparation.
Yeah.
Before the seed goes in.
Right. But
and then once he drops that seed in there, then he waters.
That's absolutely right.
He's cultivating it. He's doing something.
You got to do something to the seed.
You got to do something.
And that looks like stand up until 11 o'clock at night, preparing for.
Honestly, speaking for free sometimes.
Yeah.
Speaking for free sometimes.
Yes. Sometimes.
You know what I mean? Sometimes.
Most
Heard it? Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Speaking for free sometimes. Why? Because I want y'all to hear this message.
Yeah. The purpose is larger than the profit.
The purpose is larger than the profit.
Yeah.
If it was about money, well, let me just say this. If you're not careful, most people ain't that important.
Not at all.
People ain't that important.
Not at all.
I need some return on this investment.
Yes, sir.
But I have a purpose. My wife asks me all the time, why you real patient with people. Sometimes I can get a little, but for the most part, at the core of me, I'm really patient with
Okay.
people. I give people breaks that they shouldn't.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But the reason why I've grown to that space, because I look how much,
Yes.
look how many times I made
Yes. Grace you freely give, grace you freely receive. Yes, sir.
So I can be gracious because I received.
That's
a lot
right.
of it.
That's right.
I received a lot.
Yes, sir.
So it's easier.
That's right. That's
It ain't
right.
always easy, but it's easier for me to extend that
That's exactly right.
because I received so much of it. Present day,
Still receive it.
I receive so much of it.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
So it makes giving it
Easy.
so much easier.
Yeah, that's right. I get that.
Even when I'm frustrated,
Yes.
I'm gonna do to you what I know you wouldn't do to me
Wow. Yep.
because I don't deserve it all the time.
That's right. That's right.
I blow it.
That's right. Have blown it so many times. That's
I
right.
blow it. Like I was just sharing with you, and a friend of mine, I got that little saying from a friend of mine. I wish I can tell you what it is, and I'm telling you because I bat 1,000. It's because I struck out so much.
Yeah. Man, so let's stay there for just a second because I told you we'd come back to that. When we talk about bat 1,000 and striking out, that kind of coincides with the grace, right?
And the resilience.
And the resilience.
Yeah.
Because it gives me another chance.
Yeah, I got another chance.
Right. And so when you struck out so many times, time after time after time after time after, and we all have, good Lord have mercy, we all have.
Right.
What does it look like to finally get to the bat and get a home run?
Before we even get to the home run, I like to encourage people to just keep swinging. Just keep swinging.
Because you'll perfect that swing.
At some point, even if it's by mistake, you'll hit that ball. You hit that ball. You'll hit it. Just keep swinging. You know what I mean? And sometimes most people, because for the most part, people are perfectionists. They like to be calculated. They like to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They kind of like to have control, you know what I mean, of things, of situations of life. To keep striking out, nah, this can't be. This can't be what I'm called to do. This can't be what God is calling me. This can't be my purpose. This can't be my assignment. This, whatever you tell yourself.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But just keep swinging. Like I say, stay committed long enough until you see it come to pass, because the assignment didn't change until it was complete with Jonah. The assignment didn't change until it was complete. Now we can forfeit the assignment as well.
Yes.
On the flip side of that, because if you don't do it, somebody will.
And so, that's good. Because I think we become such a cliche-ish people.
Yeah. Very much.
You know, and we got all these idiotic sayings that we've said and heard over all of the years. I don't think a lot of people get that. You can forfeit things.
You can forfeit.
Yes, I absolutely believe that. Yeah, I want you to dig a little deeper there.
A glimpse into my life. You know, I got involved in the street. Selling drugs, you know, crime, being shot, you know what I mean, all kind of crazy stuff. Had my decisions continued in that way that I was going,
yes, sir,
there's a great chance that my life would have been utterly destroyed in that lifestyle. Assignment forfeited because of my decisions.
Your decisions can supersede.
Most definitely. Because he's not forceful.
Free will.
Free will.
Yeah.
It ain't love if he make you.
Yeah. That's right. He
showed it to you. He gave me a glimpse of it. Okay, now what you gonna do?
That's right. Then it became your responsibility.
It became my responsibility. I ain't trying to be a preacher, but
No, go ahead.
my brother died when you talked about Lazarus. Lazarus was his friend. He went there. He said, first of all, they had to participate. He told them, show me where you laid him. They had a part to play in that.
Yeah. You got a responsibility in the miracle.
Then when he got there, he said, now roll away the stone.
There was another commandment.
Roll away the stone. There's another part you had to play in that. See, I think, now there are some things that's going to take place that you ain't got nothing to do with.
That's
it was
right.
Just all
That's
him.
right. That's right.
But for the most part,
We're the song.
there was some participation.
Yes.
In
Yes,
this
sir.
thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You have a part to play in this.
Yes. That's absolutely right. That's absolutely.
There's something that you must do. A man looking for a job, sitting on the couch, there's a good
It's
chance
never
he ain't gonna
coming
find no
easy.
job.
Right. That's
Now,
right.
he could have set it up to where if you go out that door, you're going to meet this person and that person going to connect you, but that
That's
person will
right.
get you where you need to be. But if I stay in the house, sitting on the couch, flipping,
Yeah.
there's so there's a part.
What do you think keeps people from doing and playing their part?
Complacency.
Complacency is a good one.
For the and the average person, we talked about comfort.
Yeah.
But then on the other side of that, the average person, they just lazy.
Yeah.
Society has
Yes. Yes.
Society
Yes.
has made people lazy.
Yes.
I heard a saying that hard times make strong men, but strong men make weak times or something like that. You know what I mean? In other words, it's hard times. It just builds a resilience. There's something that takes place when time, because naturally humans, we know how to get through.
Yeah.
We know how to get by.
That's right.
When I was younger, we didn't have everything in the refrigerator, but we had enough to, you wasn't going
Yes,
to bed
sir.
hungry.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Now,
That's
every now and
absolutely
then,
right.
you maybe even go to McDonald's and get your fries, a drink, and some ice cream.
Yeah.
But, we survive.
That's right. So we have survivor's instinct is what you're saying.
It's in you. It's in you. It's we fight as humans. Like, if something goes wrong, the average human, the natural part of them will be to fight.
Yes. That's absolutely right.
Whatever that is. It's just natural. But society has made it where people don't fight no more.
Yeah. And they're just comfortable.
I'm all right. I'm all right with where I am. But see, if you talk about going beyond where you are, that's a lot of discomfort.
Yeah. Yes.
That's a lot of discomfort.
And I think and maybe you can agree, it is because most people don't like the unknown.
You don't.
I don't like to know if I'm safe here, I can control where I'm safe. That's absolutely right.
I can control that.
But to look beyond that brink and to see something that does not look like what I'm used to, and I don't really know what I'm walking into, and I don't know how it's going to end, I don't know how it's going to land, I don't know if it's really going to work, that's the stop sign for a lot of people. I don't know if it'll work.
I don't know if it'll work.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's okay.
That's true. Yeah.
That's okay. I don't know the end of where I'm going.
That's right. Neither do I. Yes.
You don't know the end of where
That's
you're going.
right.
But who do you trust in?
That's right. That is right.
That's going to make the difference.
Yeah. Leroy, what motivates you every day? I know you're a motivational speaker, entrepreneur, and you have touched so many stages so far, and you'll touch millions more. But what keeps you motivated every single day?
That there's something bigger than myself that I have to do. Because I can get selfish.
Yeah.
I can be selfish. I can be
Yes, sir.
I can be content right where I am.
Yes, sir. That's right. That's right.
I ain't bothering nobody.
Nobody
ain't
bothering me.
And we're good.
Yes, sir. I get it.
Me sharing some of the things that I share gonna bother some people.
Yes.
It's gonna ruffle some feathers. It's gonna turn the heat up in that seat.
Yeah.
It's gonna cause you to look inwardly.
Yeah. And that's the goal.
And that's the goal.
Yes.
That's the goal, because excuse me, I have a desire to see lives change.
Yes. Yeah.
Because mine was.
And so your desire, would you say, Leroy, is to be the voice that you did not have?
To be the voice. You know, honestly, I did have it. I ignored a lot of the voices.
Okay.
And what I want people to do now, don't ignore the voices that are in your ear.
Yeah.
Don't ignore those voices. And for clarity, which you don't have, I shouldn't have to, but the good voices, the voices that's pushing you beyond.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Your comfort. That's telling you deserve better.
Yes.
There's more in you than what you see, because a lot of times we can't see it. Like I said, we have blind spots. We can't see it.
That's right.
So when we have those people in our life that will tell us, hey, you ever thought about, I ain't thought about it.
Yeah.
I ain't thinking about that. And I ain't thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm all right where I am.
That's right. Because I'm good.
Because I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, we done created this life. We know we got a nice house, bills paid. We can go get us a new purse,
Go
get us a new pair of shoes.
I ain't got to worry about it.
I'm good. But then you thought about it something more than what you're doing.
Yeah.
But what? I don't know. But it's something in you. The person that's telling you this may not be able to identify.
Yes.
But they see something.
That's right. Something. Yeah.
They see something.
Yes. And so maybe they can identify it, but they know you're set apart.
Yeah.
You look different.
That's good.
It goes back to what I said, and this is real talk. When I first met you, you were set apart.
Right.
You were different.
Right.
You had integrity other young men on the job did not have. Right. And so I didn't know if you were called to be a preacher or pastor, motivational speaker, but I knew that you were set apart.
I was told at 15 years old, I was 14 years old, this guy used to always tell me, you don't belong out here. You're different. That's all he would say. Every time he'd see me with the group of guys that I would be running with, he would always say that to me.
Yeah.
God bless his soul. He passed away a couple years ago. And I never forget, years later, I told him about the change that's taken place. And he said, I told you was different.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
He couldn't recognize what it was, but he saw something. So connect with people that see something in you.
That's absolutely right. That's right.
Connect with people that see something in you. Connect with people that's going to challenge you.
Yes, that's absolutely right. That's absolutely
Lord
right.
knows, I go back. I have my wife and I have a group of friends. They challenge me. I had a friend that told me if I didn't get my act together, we can no longer be friends.
Wow. And your act together meaning if you don't get on the bandwagon,
if you don't tighten up, we can no longer be friends, because I was living reckless.
Man.
He was willing to sacrifice our friendship.
Man. We're going to see that a lot.
You need friends like that.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. You don't need friends that age or dysfunction. That's right.
No, you don't need friends like that. I had a friend, a guy that I know. There was this guy that he used to run with that wasn't doing right by their spouse, and he didn't even know it though. But people knew it.
Right.
So people associated him with doing the same thing to his spouse because of the person he was associated with.
Yeah, because there's that cliche again, birds of a feather. That's right.
So when he found out, he disconnected himself from him.
Wow. Because he didn't want to be associated
I didn't want to be associated with that. You know what I mean? And so again, you gotta be connected to the right people.
What do you want people to know most about purpose? I heard you say something earlier about not confusing your purpose and your assignment.
Right.
But if I could ask, when we talk about purpose, I think we talked about this at a previous time. There's so many people that are just not sure what it is.
It's not sure.
I don't know how to get there.
Right.
I know I was created for something, and I'm not talking about teenagers, high schoolers. I'm talking about seasoned people that have never discovered what their purpose is in the earth. What do you want people to know most about purpose? Because we throw that word out a lot.
A lot, yeah.
But very rarely do we take a dive into what purpose is. And so sometimes people are left to figure it out by themselves. But as a motivational speaker, one that's discovered your purpose, what do you say to that person?
You don't have to try to figure out your purpose. Your purpose is already figured out. You just got to be connected to the one who gave you purpose.
That's good. Yeah.
For his purpose, we all were created.
Yes.
That's the purpose.
That's the purpose.
To bring him glory.
That's the purpose.
That's the purpose.
The purpose is to bring him glory.
Even if you haven't stepped into your assignment, your purpose remains to bring him glory.
To bring him glory.
In whatever it is that you're doing.
So whatever the assignment is, the purpose of the assignment is to glorify God.
Whatever the assignment is.
Yeah.
You can't, when you're
so are the two interchangeable?
The purpose and assignment, you can't. Their purpose never changes. That remains.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. That never changes.
Okay.
Your assignment will.
Okay.
Like we talked about earlier, your assignment will.
Okay.
Your assignment for this season, okay, God has called me to do this.
Yes.
In that season, God has called me to do this.
Yes.
But my purpose
never changes.
That never changes. Because it's always going to go back to him.
Yes, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
It's always going to point back to him.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Yes.
Whatever your assignment is, if your assignment is focused on you,
yeah,
might not be your assignment.
Yeah, that's right. If it's a selfish agenda.
Yeah. Because that's what Satan did.
Yeah.
Well, he was Lucifer at the time. Yeah. I'm going to. Everything was about him.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Have you, in your pursuit to purpose and assignment, is there a time you felt like giving up, or have you second guessed it?
Yes. Because you kind of wonder, okay, is this, because at one point I think this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah. Yes.
And as you continue to walk,
yes.
Okay, I know this is what I'm supposed to do. So, but even in the knowing, there are times I want to go to sleep, but I'm up, I gotta be up crafting and thinking about what it is, because things are always coming up. I'm trying to sleep, things coming up. I gotta
get up and write.
In my notes, I got my phone full of notes, things that come up. So he's always, something is always coming. He's dropping it. He gave what I'm doing. He gave this to me.
Yeah.
I didn't seek this out.
Yeah.
That's how I know it's him.
Yeah.
But even in the process, it's going to be tribulation. It's going to be it's going to be things that's going to say, you know what?
Knock us off course. Yeah.
They ain't listening. Nobody's reaching out to you, blowing up your phone, emailing you. Emails ain't flooded.
That's right.
How can I get you in?
Right.
Of course it can be discouraged.
Leroy, right there. How do you stay motivated when nobody's clapping?
Because I know that it's bigger than me.
Yeah.
When I think about the lives that's going to be changed as a result of the story, I keep going.
Yeah. Good.
Because I think about, I'm a product of someone sharing a story with me. There's been many stories. I never forget. I was off of Beaver Street, and this guy who was at the time was a minister said to me one day, I was going through a challenge in my life, and I couldn't see a way out. Listen, I couldn't tell you how long I battled with this thing from childhood. And he told me one day, you're going to be standing where I'm standing. And somebody's going to be standing where you're standing. You're going to be telling them what I told you.
Wow.
When he said that, there was no way I could see that.
Yes. Very evident and obvious.
I couldn't see that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm listening. I'm not challenging what you're saying, but in my mind,
do you know what I'm dealing with?
You know what I'm going through.
Yeah.
But he shared the story that he shared his experience in this very same thing. And when he shared his story, it changed my life. It planted the seed. And so now I got seeds to plant.
So what do we say to the person? This is a wrap up.
Come on.
That might feel like they're too broken to bounce back. That might feel like when you start to talk about trauma, childhood trauma, trauma as a teen, things that you suffered, things that you have witnessed. But for the average person, or not the average person, but surely for a specific set of people, they don't see a way past it. They don't see a way out of it. I'm too broken. I've done too much. I've suffered too much. What do you say to the person that thinks, I'm just too broken? So when you talk about purpose and assignment, those things sound good. Lest we forget, there are really people, man, that have suffered some things, that have been through some things that we could never imagine. Who says, these platforms are cute and they sound good. I hear you with your good motivational words, but brother, I've seen the worst. How do I bounce back?
A broken glass still gives off a reflection. Even if it's shattered into 1,000 pieces.
Like the broken crayon.
Yeah.
Part of it still lets off color. Yeah.
It's still color.
So you're saying you got to use what's left?
Use what you got.
Use what you got.
Use what you got.
Yeah.
See, if you can, I refer to you and I spoke about the clay. Shattered clay can be remolded.
Yeah.
They use shattered clay.
The wheel. Clay on the wheel, yeah.
You can be molded again. You can be molded into a brand new piece of artwork.
That's right.
Something that you never saw, something that you can't even recognize.
Yeah.
There are times my wife she says to me sometimes, like, God, you a water bag, because I cry.
Yeah.
I cry a lot, and normally I cry when I'm in worship. You know what I mean? Because I know where I came from.
Yes.
I know where I came from. Excuse me.
I get it, man.
I know where I came from.
Yeah.
I know where I've been. And look at me today.
Yeah. Did you ever see yourself here?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I didn't know it. I just started walking, Abraham. Just go.
Yeah. I'll show you.
I don't know. I'll show you. You just go. I'll show you. Just started walking.
And that's the faith you talked about earlier.
That's the faith.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just start walking. You never know what. When I was going to Toastmasters, the only reason why I was going to Toastmasters because I hated the job that I was working at, and I would get away from the desk for an hour. I didn't know what I was investing into.
Yeah.
I was just doing it. And now these people telling me I got to get up. I ain't come here to get up. I came here to get away from work. But I just started like I said, I just started doing stuff. You know what I mean? So you just start walking.
Yeah.
Just start walking.
Just start walking. Let's start walking.
That's all you got. Just start walking.
That's good. You have been a joy. You have helped somebody tonight. You have been a joy. We're going to wrap up, but as we wrap up, as I typically will ask all of my guests just to share a parting word with our listening audience tonight. Oh my God, the dialogue has been real good tonight. Thank you so much.
I hope I was able to answer your questions, because my wife told me, you don't listen too good all the time. You just be rambling.
He listened well, wife. He listened well tonight.
No, that's my baby. She's a great help. She helps me focus.
Amen.
Because I can be, sometimes
all
I
over
can
the
just
place.
go.
Yeah.
You know, and she reels me back in. She is she's the balance. Yeah, she's the balance.
Yeah, that's why it's important to have a purpose partner. Yeah. That's exactly right. Yeah, because you got off subject talking about your wife, but I'll grant you that. but I do want you to say something to our listening audience as we just, kind of wrap up tonight and land the plane. Just somebody who maybe before you got to a place where you were absolutely sure what it was. Somebody who's still in that place. I just don't know. I've suffered some stuff. I've been some things, and I hear you. You said about the clay can still be molded. And broken crayon cell color. Those things are good for some people. They sound well, but I think sometimes when we're in, I've been there, and I know you've been there. When you're in the thick of a thing, it's hard to see beyond it.
It's very hard.
It's hard to work beyond it.
Can't see the forest through the tree.
Listen, right. You can't see an out, And so I want you to just real quick as we get ready again to wrap up tonight, I want you to talk to that person.
Just hang on.
Just hang on.
Just hang on. I know that's cliche.
Yeah.
But if you can hang on long enough, see, everything is a season. Everything.
Every single thing.
Every single thing is a season. So if you're in that season, just hang on.
Yeah.
Get exposed. Because exposure broadens your mind.
Yeah.
Get exposed
to the right things.
Just to the right things. Just start
to
going
the right
places.
things.
Start meeting people. You know what I mean? Step out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Just start doing things outside of your normal.
Yes.
Because there's no telling who you will meet and what you'll begin to do. And in the process of doing those things, you may discover your assignment. But most importantly, if you don't do anything else, get connected. If you're not, get connected to the one who can who is giving you purpose. Purpose has already been given to you, and he'll show you your assignment.
He'll show you the assignment. Give me a high five. Thank you. Thank you for saying yes to be our guest tonight.
It was a pleasure.
This has been an absolute pleasure. Listen, do this real quick. I want you to tell the people how they can follow you,
right.
Your platforms.
Yes. On social media, Instagram, Leroy Woods Speaks. Leroy Woods Speaks on Instagram. Leroy Woods Speaks on Facebook. Leroy Woods on LinkedIn, TikTok. I ain't too tech savvy, but I be trying to do a little something. I know that's what the generation is shifting over to. So Leroy Woods Speaks on all 3 platforms, and of course Leroy Woods on LinkedIn, and also if you want to go to my website, is www.leroywoodspeaks.com, where you can find information about the things that I talk about, and even if you're interested in possibly booking, sitting down having a conversation about booking, you can also submit a request there.
Do you have any engagements coming up that's open to the public locally?
Yes, we are on the 3rd of August at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be doing the virtual reset. Okay. And basically, just hitting the reset button. We all need to. At some point in life, I don't care who you are. Yeah. You have to hit that reset button. And sometimes you have to do a hard reset.
Yes. Take the battery.
You got to do a hard reset.
Yes, sir.
If you don't know what a hard reset is, just go look up what a hard reset is. Google it. When they talk about hard reset on computers, and you'll so that's
August 3rd.
August 3rd at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. And that information is on your website.
That information is on my website.
Okay. Perfect.
And I'll be posting throughout the month. Just keeping it fresh on people. You can go RSVP, and it will be Facebook Live as well. So.
Okay. Good. I'll be there. Hey, I hope that you have enjoyed our podcast tonight. My brothers almost left me speechless. Such jewels, such nuggets that we shared tonight. And I hope and I pray that something's been said that'll permeate in your heart about purpose and assignment and rediscovering and being resilient and being committed to a thing. So I pray you've been blessed tonight. Go and follow my brother and my friend. He just told you how you can do that on his engagements or his platforms. And again, thank you so much for tuning in with us. We'll see you next time. Good night.
Good night.